Good morning, everybody. Jason here, and in this video I want to discuss the importance of small business and why it means so much to me. So when I say small business, I just want to clarify really quickly at the beginning of the video that I tend to use the term small business and local business interchangeably. Just because somebody's a small business doesn't mean that they can't grow big or have a big impact of some kind. Anyway, I just want to clarify that. The thing, in my opinion, that's unique about small business is the sense of community they provide and how they're just different from, the day-to-day stores or, the big chain restaurants that we all go to from time to time. When you go into like just a local coffee chain and the coffee's fresh and the people talk to you and you get a sense of community in a way that's different than one of these big chains. I think that's really important, especially now when we're all kind of a little bit on edge these days. I just think that sense of community that these small businesses provide is even more important than ever. Just really quickly, what's one thing you love about local businesses? Comment down below. I'd love to know. Yeah, thanks. All right, so I apologize for the abrupt change in time and scenery, but I recently interviewed the owner of Boudin Coffee Company here in New Jersey, and we had a great conversation and interview, and this is what he had to say. I hope you enjoy. Thanks so much. So go ahead and introduce yourself.
Okay, so I'm Frankie McDonald. I'm the owner of Boudin Coffee Company, conveniently located in Boudin, which helps with the name. We've been around for like 5 years. Actually, we're going to be 5 years in March. And yeah, it's been well received by the community. We're doing well. We've seen progress through the years. We've changed a little bit, but we've kind of stuck to our core principles, our core values. And that's, I don't know if you know, but we actually roast our own coffee. We're a coffee roasters, although a lot of people just think we're a coffee shop. We have a roaster upstairs and we do all the roasting here too. So
cool. Yeah, my one of the things I really like to do when my brother and sister are home. That's why I chose you guys. Is Boudin Coffee is like a really special place because my brother and sister, when all three of us are home from college, we would stop in, and it was very special to us.
Awesome, yeah, yeah. We get a lot of stories like that. We've had a couple of people propose here, and then we've had people that had their first date here, and now they're married.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, and you get lots of that. You see a lot of little threads of people's lives. It's really cool.
Cool. So my first question to you is kind of just what we were talking about is where does that sense of community come from?
I don't know. It's not. I don't know. It's just something. I think it's natural. We are part of the community. The community appreciates us. We work hand in hand. We try and help out local charities, fundraisers, the town itself. We work a little bit with the Boudin Main Street organisation, which is a private organisation, non-profit, that tries to elevate the town and create special events and make it a little bit more high profile. So I think the community spirit is just because it's a good community.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that community vibe is very important, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, I think that we're not a corporation. Like, I'm sure you've noticed that our baristas don't wear uniforms, a name tag, and a baseball cap. Everybody's just being themselves, being natural. We try not to. We do get busy, but we try and avoid having our people under pressure.
Right.
Their jobs, their lives a little bit easier. And I don't know when you were here, but you should have got a sense of some kind of relaxed environment.
Right, absolutely, and that's kind of the fun. There's a little sandwich shop down the street from where I live. So another local business. And just that kind of chatting and kind of that community sense is something. And I have a question relating to it, but it's not something you get from like these big chains. And I know that you touched on the like the more relaxed vibe. um, I think that's really important, especially under like all the extreme stress uh, of the world right now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We are fortunate in some regards, like I guess, we have to mention Starbucks, and I'm actually a fan of the Starbucks model as a business model. I think it's, I mean, can you imagine how difficult it is to roll out consistency, not just around a state, but a country and even internationally? So it
Yeah,
must be super difficult to run an organization as efficiently as they do it. But with that comes constraints. They can't be as flexible as we can be. They can't be as precise when they're selecting coffees. When we select coffee, we can work with micro lots. So a small farmer who might only have 10 bags for sale, and we buy 5 of them. Starbucks can't do that. Starbucks got to deal with the volume, got to deal with shipping, got to deal with storage, got to deal with a lot more headaches that luckily we can avoid.
right, absolutely. I mean, I'm not as much of a coffee person as my brother. My brother got me into coffee, so I'm still learning a little bit about it. But from what I know, sometimes like those smaller coffee roasters from like the farmers, because they're smaller, the quality is better too.
Yeah, that's quite, yeah. And we try and get organic and fair trade. It's not always going to be the case. We'll try and get organic and fair trade, but we will always have good quality. Like that's the number one priority is if the coffee's not good, we won't purchase it.
Cool. Then my third question is, what factors play like a role in great customer service?
I think it goes back to um, we. I try and make the staff here happy. I try and make them content. I try not to put them under too much pressure. We have expectations, but they're realistic, they're real world expectations. I always tell when people start working here, you'll get as long as you need to learn something, but and you should be relaxed going about your job. But it is a fine line between sort of not being professional and falling into a sort of lackluster, lazy sort of, it is a line that we have
Right.
to walk, So it is, we do want to be professional and good at what we're doing. We don't really want to be, pressure's not good, I don't think, under a customer service situation.
Right. Yeah. I used to work at my school's front desk. This was a couple of years ago now. Um, but also kind of like when you're new, kind of adapting to those skills is like a little bit challenging. But once you get the hang of it, it's definitely like, oh, I can do this.
Yeah, and we can, and like I said, because we're small, we're flexible. We can, if somebody has a special request, we can do that. Yeah, we've had some unusual requests when we're making coffee, and we can do it. There's no company guidelines saying no, we can't do that. So yeah, it's easy to please customers when you have enough slack to do it.
Absolutely. That was kind of leads into my next question is like, how do you, or, still have like that sense of community and then like, compare to like these big chains like, Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts or the larger chains like Amazon or the Targets of the world?
Yeah, yeah, like it says, it's like I don't. I think those business models, they're just different things. Just because Starbucks and Dunkin' sell coffee, they're quite different business models. I mean, even if you come in here, I mean, it's almost like a living room. There's sofas and comfortable seating, and we're not. Our objective is not to squeeze as many people in here as possible, and then churn people as fast as get customers in, customers out. if you want a coffee, come hang out, and then that's that. You know, it's that simple.
That's actually a very good way to look at it. I don't think I'd looked at it that way before. Because like in a Starbucks, there's like, you know, sometimes in like the really big ones, there's hundreds of people, and you know it's really hard to find a seat. But at a Boot and Coffee, when I've gone in, you know, it's always very comfortable. It's always very relaxed.
That's the objective. You know, it's we are focused on coffee. That is our highest priority. But we also want people to come in and just hang out with us. And it couldn't be more simple.
And my last question for you, it's more of an open-ended question. But what advice would you give to local business owners right now with kind of everything going on in the world? Like, kind of what words of encouragement would you give to them?
You know, there's only so much you can do as a business owner, and we've been very fortunate that our customers, and I think it goes back to that sense of community. Our customers have been very supportive and very helpful and very generous. And if it wasn't for that generosity, we probably wouldn't be here right now. So how would I give advice to a business owner? I mean, it's tough. I mean, there's a lot of things that are just outside your control. Perseverance is important, but really you are relying on people still utilising your business. And for that, we're very thankful. People have been very, very generous and very, very supportive, which is, you know, I love this town. It's a great town. And the pandemic proved why I love this town so much, because everyone was just awesome.
Absolutely. So, Frankie, thank you so much for doing this. I really appreciate it. For everybody watching, I'll have a link down below to Boot and Coffee's website. And yeah,